What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to this version of Cocktails and Crypto. You better believe I got my ATH vodka here. In fact, I'm going to top up right in front of you guys just so you know what's up. All right. ATH vodka. This is the mango, Costa Rican pineapple mango edition. So we're going to have some cocktails on the stream because we're going to bring this back because I think it is necessary to bring a little bit of good vibes into this market. And I will be having our lead analyst on, as well as our partner, Steven, from the Hive Trading Group. Guys, we are getting going today. So cheers to you. Oh, that's good. That's really good. And I hope you're having an amazing week. Okay, so pull up with whatever you're drinking. Let me know where you're tuning in from and what you are drinking, by the way. And we are going to kick this off with a vengeance here. We are coming. We're going to do some more macro analysis, getting more into my thesis as usual. But today we're going to be diving deep into the charts. We're going to be discussing real estate and investments with Steven, and it's going to be a hell of a show, if I do say so myself. So a lot of you guys in the chat, shout out to the real ones. Joe, what's up? First, loved it. Love the support, man. Real Ice Bear, this one's for you. Skull, you will be missed today, but definitely check out these repeats because today is a very important episode. JD, what's up? Love your vibes. Graham, hi. Think you're right about altcoin season. Yeah, so today we're going to discuss the rotation of capital, when that's happening, whether or not Bitcoin has topped out for that cycle, and we're going to see that now, or if we're going to have one more run after the 9th inning and see that imminently. But I'm just, again, I'm coming on here. I'm saying I'm not convinced Bitcoin's going to have to show me more for me to be bearish. Okay. And that's just it. So we're going to take it level by level and keep you updated as we go. But if this is going to be that opportunity, I want you guys to be prepared. And likewise, if we are going to go into a mini bear or a more shallow bear, which would be my theory, then let's be prepared for that too. Let's just win either way. However, you know, like when we do get those explosive moves to the upside, they generally happen very quickly and they don't last long. So let's dial in, stay focused, but still have some fun with our cocktails. Okay. So DGen Brian, oh, you know Joe too. What's up? Just had some of the new Max World menu. Let's go. Clash family in the house. How's it going? I'm George. We're all George. I like it. I like it. So Gordon, great question. Who here thinks we're having an altcoin season? I mean, people are actually discussing the fact that we might not even be getting an altcoin season. And I understand the sentiment. I understand that it's been a very difficult bull run in that respect. It's been, you know, all eyes on Bitcoin pretty much. We had a mini altcoin run when Bitcoin dominance went down a little bit. I mean, it wasn't even a big move in Bitcoin dominance, and we still saw a pretty massive move in altcoins back in November 2024. So yeah, the rotation of capital will happen. I mean, that's my thesis. I mean, that's just what typically has happened. And we have now altcoin ETFs and we've got institutions eyeing altcoins. I don't think that's not going to happen. I just think it's a matter of when and how. Okay. So we're going to look at those charts as well, a short one, but no altcoins pumping. Yeah, I mean, there have been setups. Rob's been nailing the setups in the Hive trading Discord. So sign up to the Hive right now if you haven't already, because it will be closed soon. Right now, it's open to everyone. We want to get you guys all in there. You think 3 weeks or 1 month altcoin season? I mean, typically we've had a couple of months, right, at least, but we'll look back at the charts. Every time we get going, we get knocked down. I know that's why it's a hard one. And people give up, people quit, but not you. We're going to be on here every single Friday, cryptos and cocktails. And we're going to look at all of this stuff. Okay. Pi cycle is still wide open. Oh, I like this. This is OAN Tech. What's up? Not yet. 111 days is horizontal. Compare it with the past cycles and cross it still a few months out. Yeah, we might be a few months out. That's fine. I'm totally fine with waiting. I'm patient as can be, and I hope you guys are too. I'm just saying we should pay attention to when that rotation of capital is going to happen. Okay. Yeah, it looks dismal right now. I know that it does, but we just talked about the 9th inning for Bitcoin, meaning typically in all the previous cycles, after the 9th inning, Bitcoin has gone on its parabolic run. So we're right there in the 9th dip right now in Bitcoin's 9th law or 9th inning. And yeah, gaming will be last. Yeah, typically gaming is last along with NFTs. It's sort of like the tail end of the cycle. But yeah, I talked about cutting losers yesterday and putting them into more higher conviction trades. So we did talk about that, and that's an important thing. Sui, Solana, ADA, XRP, those are all very solid indeed. I like that. I like your portfolio there. A lot of manipulation. Yes, there is. We're going to talk about all of this today. and we're gonna have a party. So guys, I'm still looking for what you're drinking in the comments, where you're tuning in from. You at work still, any of you at happy hour, you got coffee, I don't care what you're drinking, just let us know. Brian's tuning in from the UK, so it's late your time. It's 10 p.m. almost here in Europe, 9 p.m. for UK. I saw some comment about Peak. Actually, that was part of Rob's 10x Phoenix trade picks. So yeah, we're going to go there today as well. We have a lot of big announcements, guys. So Gordon thinks Bitcoin will run up for the next 2 to 3 weeks and then see Bitcoin dominance drop. I think that could be a very good theory, Gordon. I think that's good. Crypto Zero, what's up? How you doing? Where are you tuning in from? Good to see you. I see a top at 150K in November. So a lot of the brilliant minds I've had on the podcast have said 150K. So the consensus has been between 150K to 200K. So could be. Got peak day one. Okay, I definitely want to talk about peak. Talking about gaming. Okay, you guys are on today. I like to see it. I'm gonna bring up my co-host now, and we're gonna have a fun conversation. So Rob, Steven, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. TGIF. What's going on?
Happy Friday. What you guys drinking?
I'm drinking myself some good old moonshine. It's nice and cold where I'm at right now.
Moonshine.
So I need to warm myself up a little bit, and I'm getting ready to take my kids to a hot and gourmet tonight. So I need to drink some moonshine before that walk.
Okay, a gourmet. I like it. Moonshine over there on the East Coast. Steven and I are drinking ATH vodka, so we're drinking more tropical stuff.
Yeah, vodka and Red Bull.
Yeah. But hey, the moonshine works for me too, Rob. I like your style. A lot. So as you can see, guys, this is going to be one hell of a show. New Mexico in the house. What's up? I've only ever been there once, but it seems like a pretty cool place. All right, Drowdy, you got a fan in the house. That's Joe. What's up?
What's up, Joe?
We have a lot.
Wishing Joe, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, and we got a lot of friends in the house. Finished the moonshine before the Clash TA. Oh, why is it not looking good? I don't know. I just posted our TA from the last live. But hey, we said if we get a pullback, that's a good time to buy. So maybe that's the time we're looking at now. Guys, it's a tough time in the market. People are getting shaken out. People are just, time capitulation is hard. People just give up. And I understand that it's not easy, but at the same time, I'm just going to keep going back to this. We talked about Amazon taking 10 to 15 years to play out, to do anything. And we don't have to wait that long in the crypto cycle. So we're a bit spoiled in the crypto world with quick gains and things moving a little bit faster. But I don't think it's going to take that long to play out. And maybe a little bit of patience is key. Rob, Crypto Zero wants to know if you got some Clash.
I don't think it got listed on BYDFi yet, so I haven't had a chance to get it.
That's it. When it gets listed on BYDFi.
Buy high and sell higher at some point.
Oh yeah, buy high and sell higher. I like it. Rob the Beast, says Joe. You bet. Rob is the real deal, you guys. You've got a really great mentor here to teach you. And on that note, guys, before we dive into the charts and get into some like more macro theory, some real estate, some investing, today is a special show, and we're doing this because we really want to propel people forward and help you invest in like your startup package for your trading career and your future self. Okay. And that being said, Rob, how much do like traditional trading groups charge for you to join?
I mean, if you're going to get into a trading group and you're going to pay for a full year, which most people will do, you're looking at around $1,000 and upward compared to what they add on after you get into the group.
Right. So I'm just, tooting a horn a little bit here, guys, in that we want to give you that value for free here and just open that up to you to help you as much as humanly possible. And we want to change the game a little bit. So in order to support the channel and for us to be able to continue to do these lives and dive deep into the charts, do sign up to the BYDFi link in the description below. You get a massive startup bonus. Even if you just deposit $100, you get $50, 50% and onward, right? And also today, we are doing a very special deal until Halloween, October 31st, where if you sign up to BYDFi and I Trust Capital, so that's the crypto IRA we talked about. That is, you get to buy and sell and trade crypto tax-free within your IRA, and you can transfer money from your original IRA, Roth or traditional, to this one. So you don't have to come up with new money. You fund your account. We will give you an additional $250 to start trading with Rob setups on BYDFi, and you'll also get a $100 bonus from I Trust Capital. So that's like $350 that we're going to give you to sign up, plus whatever BYDFi gives you for your deposit. And that is one hell of a launch pad, if you do ask me. And it's kind of like a startup bonus, right? Like to just get your life into gear. And we're doing this for a very limited time, 1 week. We want to give this as a thanks to our community and to you guys. And all of the links are in the description below. And that way you support the channel as well. So we're very excited for that promotion. It's going to be 1 week to give you guys time to fund the accounts. And we're ready to rock and roll. We are going to have those 10x Phoenix trades that Rob talked about soon. And it's going to be probably most likely very easy trading conditions when we get the rotation and Bitcoin dominance dropping. So it's time to get ready for that. And we can help you through the market up or down. You can make money both ways. So that's what we want to do today. We want you to invest in your future. Okay. We don't want you to pay for our trading group. We want that to be free, but we want you to invest in your future self. So that being said, guys, what are you thinking here?
I mean, right there with what you said, right now is a great time to do it just because I'm just getting a little bit of motivation. Winners win. And winners, what they do is they always look for preseason and they get prepared during preseason. So one of my sayings is winners wins and losers lose. That's with trading or with anything that you do in life. So, I mean, one thing, if you want to be a loser and don't want to do it, go for it, be whatever. But if you want to be a winner, get in. This isn't something that we're charging you for. Get in, get ready for the bull market season. Because you know what? Yesterday, I went out to Kennywood Park. It's a big roller coaster park out where I live and stuff like that. I took one of my friends out who's a trader as well, too. I paid for his family to come out with us. I paid for it all by me. And then I was talking to him last bull run. He made over $500,000 last bull run. But you know what? Wow. He's actually a loser because he didn't take any of it out and he lost it all afterwards.
Oh, he round tripped, huh?
He round tripped it all. Actually, he lost it all on leverage and kept on going long on SHIB and got like $100,000 liquidated over and over again. But anyway, my point is he never took money out the whole time and paid himself or his family. So all this time that he spent on the charts getting good or doing these trades, he never took it out and paid himself because he wanted to see $1 million in the bank account. So in that ways, he never was actually a winner because he never took it out and paid himself. And this time around, and I hear this story all the time within crypto. It's time for preseason right now. The hasn't kicked off right now yet. It's time to make a plan. It's time to get in the group. It is time to have a profit, have a strategy put together to take profits and pay yourself. Because you know what? I have a family to support. I have a family to take care of. I do all kinds of stuff to do that. But I spend a lot of time behind the charts. I spend a lot of time learning. And you know what? If I don't take that money out, I like my Kennywood trip yesterday, for my friends and my family that I took out with me, I paid through that all with crypto through my trading experience. I paid for my house with crypto. But anyway, I did that to take care of my family. I paid them. They see the results. They get to eat. They get to see and feed that results. And that's something that you guys all need to sit there and consider as well, too, before we go into alt season. We're going to preseason. We're in preseason right now. Get ready for it.
Ooh, I like it. I like the preseason vibes. It's like makes me think about football and fantasy and stuff like that. Like you've got to get ready. You got to be on your game, right? Like I really like that analogy, Rob. I think it's time to like at least get into warm-ups, get ready for what's coming because it's going to be big, guys. And like Rob said, he made his way through by trading, and so have many people. But you have to know when to take profits. And the whole thing about the crypto IRA is, imagine, I say this every episode, but I'm going to remind you that if you invest $1,000 every single month for 15 years, let's say you even start when you're 50, it would amount to something like $500K. Okay. And that's in traditional investment vehicles. So imagine if you start now and you start buying Bitcoin right now. Okay. And it only takes $1,000 to fund the account. If you don't have that, that's okay. You can work your way up to it, or you can transfer it, directly convert it from your existing Roth. Right. And that's Roths are post-tax money, tax-free, right? So like you already paid the tax on that money and you get up to $7,000 per year and you can trade within that IRA tax-free. So it's a really amazing vehicle for, to set yourself up for a good life when you're retired. Also, I just watched an episode with Mark Moss. I'll probably have him on the YouTube. Let me know what you guys think of Mark Moss. I think he's a pretty cool guy. But he was talking about like, if you just get one Bitcoin, if you work your way up, I know it's a hard thing to do, but if you work your way up toward one Bitcoin, then you can potentially live on that Bitcoin forever by borrowing against it, setting aside the money for the interest, and then just continually borrowing against it until, the end of time. And then potentially by the time you die, let's say you have 5 million borrowed against that Bitcoin that's now worth 15 million, and then you pass it on to your kids and it's worth 10 million. I mean, there's a way to like live a life here. I mean, this is theory, right? But just to give you guys an idea, where you could even take that money tax free and then live off of that. So that was a really powerful reel that came out of a podcast that Mark Moss did. But imagine doing that. Imagine having the tools and the wherewithal to do that, and understand that you'll set yourself up for like massive success right now. And that's why we're pushing this. That's why we want you to win. And that's why we're even incentivizing you to do so. Okay. So on that note, guys, what do you say we get started? Rob, Steven, what are your thoughts on the market right now?
Hey, listen, Rob just preached. Somebody needs to pass the offering plate around because Rob just preached. That's all the hype we need. You know, I'm super excited. If you look back at Bitcoin, you know, we bounced between, what was it, 50 and 70,000 for almost 270 days. We're almost 180 days sitting here bouncing between 100 to 125,000. You know, if you just look at the trajectory of Bitcoin over the last year to 2 years, how can you be bearish? How can you be bearish on the crypto market right now? I sat down and I calculated what I put into a Roth, a traditional Roth account, and I pulled it out in 22. If I would have put that Bitcoin, that money into Bitcoin from the time I started investing, it'd be $2.5 million. You know, like, it's right there. Sign up for iTrust, get in there. You can put your funds where it needs to be, where it's going to grow, where it's going to outcompete inflation. That is the key. Outcompete inflation and the dollar value. That's what you got to do. Right. Stay ahead. Right.
So on your Roth that you just talked about, you know how much I just talked to my financial advisor. You know how much it starts to fund a Roth RIA? I think it was a Roth one. I just asked him how much it would cost to start to fund one for traditional way. It was $5,000, by the way.
Oh, look at that. You see, it's like such a much more lower accessible entry point on top of it. And you're getting $350 to fund it with $1,000. So that's $100 from iTrust and $250 from us, right? As long as you sign up for BYDFi, you make a deposit there. So basically we're telling you to bet on yourself and to bet on your future, and you'll get highly rewarded for it. And it's a very accessible entry point. So that's a really good point you made there, Rob. And somebody asked here, who accepts crypto as collateral? And by the way, somebody's saying here that I'm a Bitcoin maxi. Very far from it. I have a very vast altcoin portfolio. But if you're going to live off Bitcoin gains and use Bitcoin as collateral, I mean, Bitcoin is the safest, most tried and true asset that doesn't fluctuate. I mean, altcoins, you've seen them. They're so volatile, you know? So that's right. I mean, that's a strategy for Bitcoin. But so somebody asked, who is accepting it as collateral? Actually, it's part of my news today. So before we get to Rob's take, I want to just read this to you, okay? A few things. First off, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says he met with 25 senators in the past 2 days to get crypto market structure legislation done. That's happening in the background. While meanwhile, President Trump is going to meet President Xi in China next Thursday. Okay. And that all looming right before the next Fed rate cut. Right. And like all of it is coming together. I just think that could be an incredible catalyst and a sort of springboard. So that's just my theory. We'll see how it plays out. So you're not a fan of Mark Moss, user. I don't know your name. That's okay. But it's just something to think about. You know, it's something what he brings up. It might not be completely true in theory, but in like the exact numbers, but it is true in theory that you can use these tools to take out collateral with your Bitcoin. In fact, people are buying homes with Bitcoin as collateral in the US. It's happening now. And the next piece of news will maybe make you understand. And that is that in 2024, so JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon said Bitcoin is a fraud and a Ponzi scheme. He called it a pet rock, you know, all the stuff. Today, he announced it will allow institutional clients to use Bitcoin as collateral. JP Morgan. That's, I mean, this is it. Like they're all going to accept, banks are going to accept it. It's going to be like the asset that is accepted as collateral, and potentially you could live off it, you know, for many, many years if it continues to appreciate in the way that it has. So it's something truly to think about. And the last thought I'm going to leave you guys with, which I thought was crazy. Okay. Rumble to launch Bitcoin and crypto tipping features for its 51 million users. Okay. Crypto tipping. So that's coming. Now just think about, I just want to make another kind of point, and it's maybe controversial, but OnlyFans. Okay. OnlyFans paid out their creators $25 billion since the inception of OnlyFans. Just imagine if they were to turn around and they were to start accepting crypto payments and they were starting to accept crypto tips. I mean, like, this is going to be integrated into all the biggest platforms and adopted by all of the biggest players who are doing billions and billions in volume and transactions every single day. And we are before that wave. And I know the CEO of OnlyFans. I used to speak at Money 2020 with them. So I know the trajectory of these companies. And like, I just can't ignore these, like, this writing on the wall. That's why macro, I'm very, very bullish. Okay. So, Rob, pass the mic to you. What are your thoughts on the market here?
All right. I say, I don't have any thoughts on the market, but I can show you some charts on what they say.
Let's do that. Let's look at the charts. Let's look at where Bitcoin is. And basically, one of the things we're going to discuss today, which is, has Bitcoin potentially topped, and will we see that rotation now, or is there another pump yet to come? So let's go ahead and bring your charts up whenever you get your charts down here on the screen for me to share. And in the meantime, I'm going to look here. Cam says, I want to accumulate 3 to 10 Bitcoin and finally relax. That is a very great goal, Cam. And you're so young. I mean, you can do this. 75% success rate before 40. Okay, I like that. Then I can relax like Thanos. I'm liking, like, looking at your guys' goals. Like, put them all out there. Get it all out there. Manifest it. Let us know what you're thinking, and then hold yourself accountable to it. And don't stop until you do it, because remember, winners will be winners, right?
Success is the ideal of something that's reasonable to reach. That's Earl Whitengale, the world's strangest secret on YouTube. Good motivational thing to listen to on how to be successful. It's not about how much you make. It's about the journey to your goal. And then once you hit your goal, make a new one. Oh
yeah, I like that. What was the name of that?
It's called The Strangest Secret by Earl Whitengale, I think his name is. It's a pretty old one from the 50s or so.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go. Tips. Just read everything and anything that you can that'll help you get through and make it to the other side. Brian, if I held ADA, I would sell at $3. So you don't hold ADA. $3 would probably be a good round number to sell at, considering it's right around the all-time high last cycle. Normal people like me who don't till late basically have been priced out of Bitcoin. It's not true, Block Crypto. I don't know who you are, but people seem to know you in here, Blocky Crypto. I just get this all the time. Like, I'm way too late. And it's just like, no, you're not actually. Like, like, you can still contribute and dollar cost average and start setting up a plan. We will have a bear market eventually, and you do have time. You have time to start accumulating, like, considering where this is going. You definitely are not too late. I definitely don't think so. We're the same age, Megan. Oh, don't say it out loud. Just kidding. I actually really don't care about that. I love it. I don't know if you are, though. Don't tell me otherwise. I don't like liars. Well, I can tell you my TV shows growing up, and then maybe we'd know. Joe says, I think if you say the words OF on YouTube, flags your channel. Okay, I'll try not to cuss. Sometimes I get very passionate, you guys, and I just don't even notice. Plus, I've got a cocktail today. It's crypto cocktail day, so we're just getting a little bit crazy here. But yeah. Yeah. Only. I see. Okay. Well, I mean, we're discussing the business policies, right? Like, it's a massive titan, like, whether we agree with it or not. So yeah. Chains got blocked. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll just retract that. Not priced out. I still DCA, but as far as buying whole Bitcoin, especially when I barely get by, but yeah, look, it's going to be tough, Blocky Crypto. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be tough. But if you go all in and you hustle and you learn skills and you trade and you learn how to compound your gains, it's not impossible at all. Rob traded his way up, all the way up, and you don't have to start with a lot. Okay. So just know that you can do it if you really want to. And that's all I'm going to say now. I'm going to bring up your charts, Rob, and we're going to get started here.
All right, we're going to go with a simple one that we went over, I think, last week at some point. This is my fear and greed one, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this on here. So right now we got the fear and greed at the very bottom. Last time we looked at it, we were in max fear, which I'm going to go ahead and go right down in here. And you can see how in max fear that we basically made our local bottom right here. We put this trend line on here, and we're now making a potential bear trap on this trend line. But we haven't got the full close underneath it. So this would be very good if we close up above it today. Nice full candle close. Even if we come back down and read tomorrow and retest it, that's okay. Those are going to be confirmation candles. So that is something that we are definitely looking for on here. And I'm very excited about. We actually never, on this whole time, whenever it was scared, I actually never got a green buy signal. My this indicator, the market reversal indicator I have here, always turns green, usually on the best pullback buys, like right over here and here. Somehow on this one here, Never got that. So that's pretty good in my idea. But right now, it just seems like we got that little pump here. We might need to consolidate a little bit just due to we're going in the neutral. So that fear seems to be out of the market, according to this indicator as of right now. So that is something that is good. And once we get in that greed, hopefully we start getting those impulse moves to the upside. You typically don't, once you start getting into the greed is whenever you start getting the bigger candles to the upside, your impulse moves, the ones where everybody's like, oh, we're back. We're all excited and everything. And we're going to the moon again. So that's usually like, all right, you got to move up your stop loss because we bought down in this area. That's where you like to buy is into fear. Once you start going to greed, those are when the impulse moves start coming up. That's when you just start moving your stop losses up. If you're a day or swing, or if you're a swing trader, that's whenever you want to start moving your stop losses up because eventually it's going to pull back again at some point where you're going to be able to swing it again to the upside. Or if you spot the reversal, you can swing it to the downside again. Up to you. But that's where we're at on this chart.
No, that's interesting. And I don't see a lot of creators or analysts talking about what you just talked about. I see more people just eyeing certain levels and that price needs to break above in order to be bullish. But this is the beginning idea, right? Is that it breaks above that trend line and holds.
Yeah, we need
from what I see on this chart.
Yep, from that chart, let's go through another view for some more traditional indicators on here in the 1-day time frame. So we're going to go back to my 1-day 9 and just the normal oscillators because this is something that everybody has access to. The other stuff you don't have access to, nobody has access to. So unless I post it in group or I share it on YouTube. But anyway, this here we're going to be looking at is just more traditional sense on sitting there seeing if it says the same thing. Now, whenever I draw trend lines on it, again, I have very basic, simple rules. You don't go through candle bars. If you're using candle bodies, you use the candle bodies. If you're using wicks, you use the wicks. There is no ands, ifs, or buts about it. There's no ways to manipulate it. Hang on one moment, please. Yes, you can. Go ahead.
No worries.
All right, I'm back. My kid was asking me a question. He just got home. But so basically what we're looking at now is a broadening channel as of right now. And this doesn't look bearish to me. Some people probably call it some kind of bull flag or broadening bull flag or something like that. We could be looking at it. So this is looking extremely bullish pattern to me, especially since now that we bounced off of here. Now, why can I sit there and draw a trend line on there? Why is this my key point right now? And what makes it like, oh, this is my local bottom? What's telling me that? Well, one, we got the break above the 1-day SMA 9. Today is going to be another candle close above it. If we close here, even if we come back down and retest it around 108,762, yeah, or 108,682 is where the 1-day SMA 9 is at. So we can come back down and retest that. That's going to get your best entry probably on Bitcoin or alts if you're going to be opening longs on it. We look at our Stosh RSI. We are not over at the top right now, which is a good thing. We did go over 20, so we're going to go right here. So right here, this was not the bullish crossover to confirm. Let's go ahead and break it up a little bit bigger. So we're going to look at this right here and get a little bit more in depth. So this right here was not this was the potential bullish cross. But now that we got both lines up over the 20 level, just like over in here, and we're going up over the 50, we're now got this basically confirmed that we got bullish momentum. This is your momentum indicator that you're looking at. And this is a good thing because this is telling you that bullish momentum is coming in. We got the fast moving line. I think that's the K line over 50. So that's sitting there very good. Once we get that 40 level up over the 50 level, we should start seeing some good. We should be up in the greed, starting in the greed levels that I showed you in the last chart and getting our impulse moves to the upside. So that is showing us that we are getting bullish momentum starting in. And as we said, we don't want the RSI going underneath 40. We are underneath the support here, which is about between 35 and 40, I believe I said will be last time on there. 40 is the big number. Let's go ahead and draw a trend line back on there. Let's mean two of them. So like the 41, see where that's at. 40 is a very big number. So yes, we definitely did hold that level there. We held this zone, sitting there saying the relative strength index, we are starting to pick up our strength back in there. You could also say that we have some people like drawing patterns on the RSI. Me, I don't. I more look at the ranges on it. And I like to see what kind of strength it is. But right there, you can almost sit there and say that is a inverse head and shoulders on the RSI in the 1-day time frame that we just broke out. Coming back down and retesting it would be a very good thing. But this is telling me that we are keeping our strength in there. And then when we have the bullish strength, as I said on the Fidelity, they say bullish and bull markets, you like seeing that range between the 40 level and the 80 level, that's what we're seeing in this one here. And if I'm going to go ahead and go out, you look at this RSI, we're down in lows, down in this level. When we get up into the highs, we're up, we're going up, and it just keeps on happening. So we are keeping our bullish range. We're keeping our strength in the RSI, the relative strength index, just like we like to see in bull markets. We start getting underneath that 40 level, underneath 30, then we're going to be starting to pick up bearish momentum, which is no good. Now, the only thing that we're waiting for that we don't have confirmation on is the MACD, but we're really curling up on it. The histogram here is getting lighter, and a lot of people will sit there and say this is a delayed indicator, and I actually have gone in there and backtested this quite a bit. No, the problem is people want it now. Yeah, on the bullish cross, sometimes you get a red candle right on the bullish cross. That's typically a retest because it was those candles before that made it flip, and it's just sitting there. It's just picking up its momentum. This is a momentum indicator as well too, so it does work. And you could go back and backtest. It's not a 100% win rate. There's nothing that is a 100% win rate, but it is going to indicate you that hey, we got bullish momentum. There's a high probability if you're above the 9, you got a bullish crossover that just started on here. RSI is over 40. This is over here. You got confirmation that the probabilities of longs is going to play out more than shorts. So you're better off of playing longs right now and then shorts until it reverses.
Wow. I mean, I like this. And there's so many bullish indicators here. Again, like I keep saying, like until we see some bearish indicators and we see some signs of reversal and break pivotal levels, I don't see a reason to be calling a bear market right now. That's it. And I'm going to remind you guys, I'm just going to do it on every single episode. Bullish liquidity cycle, bullish business cycle. Global M2 liquidity isn't set to peak until mid to late 2026. Gold is at an all-time high. Okay, I see a lot of chat about debt here in the chat here, and I understand that a lot of people have a lot of debt in the U.S. and that things feel a little bit gloomy, especially because the rates have been higher for so long. Right? We weren't supposed to drag this on this long, but the theory is that after the pandemic, that it's sort of like messed up our cycle and that we're now a little bit lagging. And I just truly believe that Trump is on the verge of announcing a trade deal with China. This is just me theorizing, okay, outside of the charts, but hear me out. That something happened with gold, that they wanted to reprice the gold to reabsorb the debt, recollateralize the system, potentially sell gold to buy Bitcoin. Remember, they have to do it tax budget neutral. They can't use tax dollars, but they could potentially use the gold reserves. So I think huge announcements are coming out. They're talking about legislation. Brian Armstrong is telegraphing that move. And also we have the Clarity Act coming. And of course, I see some chatter about Trump here wanting to have a good books for this year. And there's so many factors behind a potential run here on the macro scale, independent of what we're seeing that's bullish in the charts. So I just don't think we're over yet. Now, I don't want you guys to give up either, because I see a lot of talk too in the chat about how it's going to be hard to climb out of that and it's never going to happen. It is possible, but winners will win. Right. And you've got to get the winning mentality, and you've got to just say to yourself, I'm going to do this and nothing is going to stop me, and nothing will. And you can start with a small amount and work your way up and compound those gains. You have the best mentor here. We're allowing you to be in the group for free. Use it. Do it. Go do it. Instead of getting a second job, learn how to trade. Right? Learn the skills that you need to make better decisions in this market. And I'm telling you, your life is going to be amazing. You can start dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin now. And over time, not overnight, but over time, things are going to get much, much, much better. That's all I can say. And I just want you guys to focus on what you can do to climb out of whatever debt you're in and to be in that winning position. Right? So on that note, let's talk about potential banana zone. Okay.
I have to sit there and talk about what you just said a little bit about climbing out of debt and stuff like that, because I'm very experienced in that area. I wasn't born with a lot of money. I didn't start when I was in crypto with a lot of money. I was extremely poor. Whenever I started trading crypto was last bull market cycle. I didn't make significant money because I didn't really know what I was doing. I did make some pretty good money. What started off with let's go ahead and see if I can see myself in the camera. You see this hand right here? I ripped off all these fingers. My wife was in the hospital. I had hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical debt. My dad, he had a mental breakdown. I was taking care of him. My wife wasn't able to work. I just had my first child. We were in a I lost my home. I lived in my in-laws' basement for a little bit, which was maybe one of the worst times or worst places I ever lived. You should never live with your in-laws, even if you get along with them. It's a very bad idea. I'd rather live on if I would go back, I would rather live with my family on the street. But anyway, side note on that one. We had hundreds of thousands of dollars of medical debt. We had whenever my wife was in the hospital, we couldn't find people to help us watch our kids because my mom was living down in Florida. My dad, I had to put him in a facility to help us with his mental health and stuff like that. So I was living off credit cards at the time to pay for food, to go see. If I wanted to go see my wife, I had to use the credit card to put gas in my tank to go see her, so I can go see her. So after all of that, I scrounged up working 2 jobs with $1,000, and I took a small course that I paid for that taught me basic trading, nothing crazy. I just got in the market at the right time, at least, and I got another extra $500 to $1,000 set aside to trade with. And I didn't believe in crypto at the time, to be completely honest. I thought crypto was kind of stupid, but I knew it was the next thing because it was technology, and technology is always good. And I'm an outdoors guy, and I like being outdoors better. So anything that's technology, I thought was stupid. But anyway, we'll go ahead and go past that point. But once I was intrigued with the skill of trading. I made it a goal that it wasn't going to be the market that makes me rich. It wasn't going to be a special one buy thing. It wasn't going to be Bitcoin going to the moon or this token going to the moon. I made it a goal of mine. As a winner's mindset, because I always, no matter what I went out for, I usually succeeded. Whether it was, I used to do underwater salvage, I worked on gas wells, I've managed restaurants before, all types of different things, and I always made it a goal that it's always going to be my skill to make me succeed. So make it a goal to get in the group, start learning, start asking questions. That's up to you, and get the skill set to make yourself. You don't have enough money for Bitcoin, you feel like you missed out. All right, that's fine. But the skill you have not missed out on, you can make a skill and compound gains. Go ahead and go on the Google and type in double a penny a day. Get that concept in your mind and how fast you can compound gains. It doesn't matter if you miss Bitcoin or this token. What matters is learning how to compound your gains to become successful. And I'm living proof of that.
Yes, Rob, that was so inspiring. And I'm so grateful that you shared that with the group today, because that's a personal story of Rob's, but it probably can help so many people who think that they're way worse off than you. And, they weren't, and they aren't, and that you can come out of anything. And by winner's mentality, because I saw, Gordon, you said winners can also lose big. Yeah, absolutely. You can lose, you can fall down, you can trip, you get back up. Winners, by winners, I mean mentality, that nothing can stop you. No matter how many times you get pushed down or you trip and fall and stumble, you will get back up and you will rise. And Rob is living proof of that. And that was just like very inspirational. And so, guys, if he can do it, you guys can do it. And you must sign up for the Discord, since it's still open to everybody, and invest in your future now. Don't invest in the course because we're not charging you for it. Invest in your future, invest in your IRA, get started somewhere. And that's all we're saying right now. So you don't have to be bogged down by your debt forever. And Watchman, what's up? I love to see you on here. You made it right for our preaching moment. We're all having crypto cocktails. So the Bears get in the chancla. Do you speak Spanish, Watchman? That's pretty funny. Yeah. So Rob, thanks for sharing that. It was really inspirational. And I hope that it helped with the nerves that you guys feel now.
I mean, it was funny that somebody says that sometimes winners lose. Yeah, of course you're going to have losing trades, or you're going to pick wrong stuff like that. And I have to go into that one there. It's not about winning every single trade or being completely successful at first. You look at Michael Jackson. It took him 100,000 shots in order to become a good basketball player. You look at any type of winner, they've always failed to success. They sat there, but they didn't stop trying. That is the one big thing right there. You keep on going until you. It's a mindset. It's a culture, and that's what we're going to build in the Beehives and Crypto Gents. Is we're going to build a mind frame, a mindset, a culture of winners winning all the time, and losers are going to lose all the time, because even if they're very good, like people that are very skilled will keep on losing because they have a culture in their mindset that's built, or they're around other losers that keep them down, that keep saying negative things. Look at I'm from Pittsburgh area. Pittsburgh has a Steelers team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I'm sure you heard of, one of the biggest national football movement there is. Then they won the most Super Bowls out of all the football teams there are. Not because and they've always been sometimes some of the worst teams out there, but they come up on top a lot, and they have that because they come from the winner's mentality. You go to a Pittsburgh game, you go to a Steelers game, you sit there and you can feel the mentality. Even if they lose, it's still a mentality of winning when they lose a game. It's not about winning every single trade or winning at every single thing. It's about building that mentality. So in the long term, in the midterm, that you are going to win no matter what, and that's up to you.
Yes,
Good job, Rob.
agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more. If I had like a clapping sound, I would play it right now. I hope you guys are like enjoying this. It's really resonating with me, and I think that winner's mentality is what's helped me get further along in life. And I think it's just that you don't accept anybody to push you down or nothing to stop you, right? No matter how many times you try and fail. So I hope you guys, are able to take that away from today's session and maybe get started trading or get started doing that thing you always wanted to do or start the new business or whatever it is. Just get started. That's it.
One good thing, get in the group, ask questions. I can't answer your questions if you don't ask them. That's
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
the best mentor here.
That's easy.
It's time to get serious. It's time to get serious, guys. So, I hope you're pumped. I hope you're having something nice to drink, even if it's just coffee or whatever it is. And you pull it up with your. Yeah, I think we all have to have a cheers to that. So, cheers to everybody who's watching this, who's a winner. Man, you are a winner if you're tuning into these live streams because, nobody else is wanting to pay attention during this market. And this is when you win in these times. So on that note, that's yeah. Baby Whale Shark, thank you for sharing. Joe, thank you for telling everybody love and support. Guys, we really appreciate it if you smash a like and hit the subscribe and share the stream and get this to as many people as possible, right? Like it's just very helpful. I'm seeing talks about Michael Jackson.
yeah, Rob said Michael Jackson instead of Michael Jordan.
Sorry. Came out Michael Jordan, basketball, yeah. Michael Jackson's awesome, too. I mean, come on.
I mean, yeah, he's a winner, right? He's a winner.
Yeah, talk about adversity.
I wasn't prepared to do a full-on motivational speech today, so I didn't have all the names written down in front of me.
Hey, but you guys get the gist. You get the gist, and if you take one thing from this stream, you better leave with the winning mentality. That's it. Let's freaking go. That's it. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead. Somebody said pipe cycle top, and I have this one right here. This is basically based off the pipe cycle top. It's the the BTC golden Fibonacci ratio, which is showed here. And right now, yes, very big. We're looking for this gold line this time. We went over this chart multiple times on the channel already, and we're still way beneath it. We're testing this ascending trend line, which I've drawn on here, which we're trying to. It almost looks like we're bear trapping on it, which is awesome. And that line right now is at 204,230 and 83, and we have yet to have a sell signal. So right now, this is telling me every time we look at this, it goes up because it's a moving average type thing. So we haven't hit that line yet. Every cycle we go down one line here. So. And we went over that in a couple other. I'm not going to go over the whole thing, but there's a good view. Every time we lose a color, and this time the next color is the orange one. And right now it is sitting at $204,283. I'm probably going to mark that so that way we know that for next time we look at it.
Right.
But
there you go.
Here's the pi cycle top idea.
Mm-hmm. So it seems strange to just feel like a bear market could come now. I mean, obviously we don't speak in absolutes, but we look at all the confluence and what all of the different top indicators are telling us, what the charts are telling us, and what the higher time frames are telling us, zooming out of the noise. And this is what we're looking at.
Yep. So here's my Fib chart right here. And we've been resting on this Fibonacci level at 1.272, which is at basically $107,000 and 881. Hang on one second, guys. Yes, buddy?
So this is the banana zone that we've been speaking about. And this is going to tell us like where we're at in the grand scheme of things. And actually, it looks like to me that we're sitting on support. Yeah,
we're sitting on support. We've been sitting on support once we broke it in July. So 1, 2, this is going to be our third month retesting it. This is the first time in Bitcoin history where we broke this Fibonacci level and retested at that time. So we're basically still sitting on the support, retesting it. Even with that, we got high enough on this month here to come back down and retest it with that ninth pullback to sit there and still hold this level here and not close underneath it. We still got a little bit of time for the month to close. We got another week or so. Halloween's next Friday, I think. So we got another week. And it's just nothing has changed in the last 1, 2, 3 months. So everybody's giving you all these emotions. You could come here and just look at this chart. And I could sit there and most time we broke and skyrocket or retest it and then skyrocket after. This time we're just sitting on it and we're building support. So maybe this time we're trying to make up from our last cycle and we're going to hit that next blue line up here and go past it into the to the banana frenzy zone. I don't know. And this is I back tested this right here where the banana spark is usually where the alts get started. Maybe we're just waiting for those alts to get started, but banana frenzies where those alts went crazy in cycle 1 and cycle 2 where people made crazy money where they took a pocket full of change and they just sit there and made millions off of. I never experienced that before, but let's hope that can happen again. But anyway, so we're still waiting for this to either keep holding or break. If it keeps holding, we're in the very beginning of the stages of the next cycle of the market. Yeah.
Wow. So I mean, this to me says a lot. Like, you could literally just turn off your timeline, except for the good vibes, because you need them to get through these times. Okay, but turn off your timeline, zoom out to the higher time frames, and just pay attention to charts like this. And as long as these charts are still intact, we're still okay. And everything else is noise. Just what Rob said, it's noise. It's a lot of noise that could shake you out of a good position and destroy the portfolio essentially.
Yep, right here. I can't tell you. Like, maybe we'll have a doji candle here. The doji candle, that means indecision. So you can go up or down. There's nothing sitting there saying bull or bear 100%. I mean, I'd say more bull than bear from the other charts. So you use the other charts for confluence, but there's just nothing that changed.
Right. So we're still sitting there on support. We're watching for the monthly close, what we're going to get there, and we're just waiting patiently. Patience is key. I know I keep saying it, but guys, can you just have a little bit of patience for life-changing moments? I mean, I think that we could have another 2 to 3 months patience if we needed to, and it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. I mean, we will get there. I consider it as a time where I'm going to go out and do everything I humanly possibly can to get even more capital to put into this market. That's how I'm looking at it, is time. Time is actually a gift sometimes in these types of conditions.
You're getting more time to learn.
That's right. More time to learn.
Like,
perfect your skills
right now than when it. So the one thing that I see a lot of people that will fail at is they learn when the market's hot, and so they get lucky kind of whenever it's easy trading. But then when it gets kind of tougher and stuff like that, they give it all back. So why not in the tougher right now, since it's a little bit tougher, start learning, start asking questions. So whenever it gets easier, you keep your gains and don't give them back.
Yeah, and Gordon says here, people can change and start talking about Bitcoin and alts again when they start pumping. That's exactly right. You'll start seeing all of them change their mind when it starts pumping again, and that point is too late. Like, you have to get positioned. You don't want to chase those green candles. You want to be ready. You want to have your trading skills honed in. You want to, and I also saw one guy said earlier on, there will never be, or there won't be any more 10Xs. And, like, that's not necessarily true at all if we do get that frenzy zone. And also it's a product that we're working on, thinking about launching, where Rob has spotted certain characteristics before of altcoins that could have 10X potential if we get the right market cycle conditions. So,
I mean, my last that I actually nailed personally was Zora was this cycle.
Okay, so Rob did one of those 10Xs this cycle alone. It is possible, and it's not out of the realm at all if we get altcoin, even a little bit of an altcoin season for those lower cap coins. So that's one of the products that you'll have access to if you sign up and fund your BYDFi account. So we're not making a minimum on volume because we don't want people to be left out or priced out. We want us to be accessible, but we do want to see regular trades. We want to see that you're serious about this in order to get into that group. So that's the 10X Phoenix group and the meme coin call out groups. And we're going to start doing that when the market's hot and potentially you can make a lot of money. So the whole point and emphasis is to get signed up today, guys. Like, look at this bonus. You literally are going to put $1,000 into your IRA for yourself, for your future, that could grow exponentially. Let it sit there. And at the same time, you're going to make a total of $100 from iTrust, $250 from us, and then whatever your bonus is from BYDFi, all just to sign up and get started. So you're not going to look at a better deal than this to get started. And we want to give as much value as we possibly can. And in turn, you'll support the channel. And that works for us. And you can also support by hitting that thumbs up and sharing this and just showing up every single day like you do, because we really appreciate all of you. But I can't emphasize this enough. The links are in the description below. Sign up to the Hive Discord. You'll have access to Rob's and other talented analyst trades from Crypto Gents. The links are in there. You'll see them, and the link for iTrust is below. You got to use code Megan9 to get that $100 from iTrust. Okay, but it's just sort of like a no-brainer. You're getting like a total of $400 back on the $1,000 you invest in your own product, not even in ours, right? So I just want to emphasize that to you guys. And now is as good a time as ever to get started in these markets. Don't wait for those euphoric mania type style market to pop off, right? So let's see here. What do you think about how long alt season and price of top 50 alts and how high they could go? 3X, 5X, 10X.
On that idea there, I would actually chart out every alt and to get an idea of which alts would go up that high and actually look at Fibonacci levels. But what I can do is I can go over and look at this. So this is where I can sit there and say, just from that statement, where a mistake might come play, which my good friend, that I talked about that I was with yesterday, that he made a mistake. He was trying to make so much money on a certain kind of run, which he gave it all back. Now, instead of sitting there saying, how high can this go? How about look at a chart like this right here. This is a potential alt season top right here. We start breaking out this level here, and this is a altcoins versus Bitcoin heat map. This gets out to the breakout level and starts going in. Right now, it's an accumulate. This is calling for accumulation right now. It starts going to breakout level into E level, and it gets all the way up to this red line. The alts are going to be significantly up compared to Bitcoin, and so this is total 2 up here. This is all altcoins, and this is going to be up here as well too, hitting these take profit zones. And whatever they're at that point, no matter how much money I want to make on the alt run, no matter how much money I want to make on whatever alt or whatever I think's going on in the market, that's where I'm going to be taking profits. If it's up 2x, if it's up 5x, if it's up 15x, it doesn't matter. Look for signals or make a plan like that to sit there and pay yourself instead of hoping for. I made that mistake with XRP, my first bull run. That's what actually got me into crypto. It wasn't because I believed in XRP. I thought that it was a banker's coin. I was like, well, if anybody's going to win, it's going to be the banker. So I'm going to side with them, even though I didn't like the idea of it. But I was like, just because I don't like the idea doesn't mean I'm not going to bet on it, just because I want to support my family better than anything. And if they're going to win, then I'm going to sit there and side with them, because I want to support my family better. That's more important to me than who wins. I'm only on this earth for a short amount of time. But anyway, so that my point being is I bet on that for my first bull run. That was my biggest bag for a long-term hold. And that was the only coin that didn't go in this bull market to win. But anyway, yeah. So
don't get fixated on what sort of X is going to do. Better yet, map out price points based on fibs and other market indicators as to where you want to take profits and what percentage, right?
Yep, what percentage. And if you start getting cycle top or something like this, it goes up all the way here. You start getting bearish divergence and weekly charts on alts or daily charts. Move up. You have stop losses. If you think it's going to go higher, awesome. Put your stop loss in profits. And if it hits stop loss, it hits a stop loss. Don't get greedy and try to buy them back in too soon. Don't make mistakes. Right. If you made mistakes like that before, sit there and write down, look at your trading journal, start it. If you don't have a trading journal, start one so you don't make the same mistakes over and over again. That's how I got good, is I don't make the same mistakes more than 2 or 3 times.
Right. And also on that note, I will say, like, for example, Cardano, it's what is it at now? I don't know. It's at like 65 cents. Okay. We mapped out like Cardano on the higher time frames from the double bottom, like the measured move is about $5 to $6. So, I mean, that's just one of them, right? If that measured move plays out. So I don't know what the math is on that based exactly on the X's, but it's up there. It's up there, and it's pretty much a fire sale right now. I know all the Cardano people are going to love that we're going to go to this chart right now because we have a lot of Cardano holders on this stream. So actually, let's just have a look at it and see what's going on. But I remember that we did do that a while back, and that's sort of what we mapped out.
All right. So ADA, it was actually, I bought ADA last bull run at like, I think 4 or 5 cents. That's when I first got into crypto. Then I sold it at 9 cents.
I did buy it around 5 cents too, but I ended up holding it.
I didn't hold anything. Like I said, I made a goal of making money off trading, not one big trade. I still have that same. That's my goal. I don't want to make money off of big trades. That's not my thing. I like making it a skill of getting in and getting out. Like, I'm not a holder. I'm probably like, if you guys are investors, so investing advice, like not doing investing advice, but if you're like getting like long-term ideas, like definitely follow their strategies on that one there. Me, I'm in and I'm out, and I move up stop losses.
But see, I think the best strategy is a hybrid. I think the best strategy is to have a long-term hold portfolio that you don't touch, you don't mess around with, because, you know, like if your trading skills aren't the best in the beginning, whatever, you might end up losing more than you win in the beginning. I think having a long-term portfolio that you don't touch and you have profit levels where you're going to take certain percentages alongside a trading portfolio, alongside a long-term Bitcoin holding, is the absolute best way to go. I don't know, like how are you doing it, Stephen?
Oh yeah. So I make my money a little bit different than just trading. You know, I started my companies, and what I do is I roll a lot of my profits into investments. And so I have one crypto wallet that it's a ledger. I just send money over there. That's my long-term holds. And then on my BYDFi account, I got my trading account. You know, the trades I jump in. it's very rare that I'm jumping in and out of trades, but I'm more of a long trader. Where Rob, like if I start following Rob's, I can make money short term and long term with my crypto.
Mhm.
And so I think that is absolutely the best, but like Rob said, a win is a win. You take profits.
Right. You take profit, you pay yourself, you buy your family stuff, like Rob says, you do upgrades, you invest in life, but also you
invest in yourself.
Invest in yourself and your skills and your education, contribute to your Roth IRA or your normal IRA. Like have a plan. Like, okay, if I make $1,000, this is how I'm going to distribute that. Right.
Yeah. So like I do 20%. 20% of what my asphalt company does rolls straight into crypto. It's a non-negotiable for me. It is a discipline. I've had to learn the discipline. It rolls straight into crypto. And then whether it be 5% that goes into my trading account, 15% into my long-term holds, you have to be disciplined with it.
Right. Let's see here. Where did the chat go? I lost the chat. There it is. Megan, shout out to you. You're awesome too. I mean, you're truly inspirational. I love your energy and your vibes here. And to have other women involved in the space is amazing. You guys got to go out and teach all the women in your life as well, because this is truly, just an amazing place to come and hang out and learn and have just a really nice environment. So I think we can go on then. We might get to ETH later, Gordon, but right now we're going to go over Cardano. So if there are any Cardano fans in the chat listening now, make yourself known and let's do this.
So I think we went over this a little bit last time on Cardano, last time we talked about it, and nothing's really changed. We're potentially on a right side of a cup. And if you ever looked at a cup and handle and actually read if you go on to like technical analysis and read how a cup's supposed to look, it's typically bull flags a whole way up the right side. Then you get your crazy move whenever you break the neckline. So we're using the 1 fib line right here as your neckline. Basically, I just basically copied like this flag right here and just basically made it all the way up. So you're basically it's going to be making a nice giant cup, and whenever this breaks out to the upside, which I'm anticipating that it is going to, let's go ahead and. So this is more of a long-term idea on it, not a day trade or something like that. So you got to remind that, like I always got to remind people that, like, what are you looking for? A day trade, a swing trade? Like they're all different. Like would this be a swing trade? No, this is going to be a position trade to where you're going to position yourself. We're looking at the weekly Stosh RSI, so we're getting towards the bottom of the middle of this bottom of this the middle of this flag here, and the oscillators are getting down low. So you might go a little bit sideways, maybe a little bit lower while this is sitting there getting ready to roll up on the weekly. But once it does, we're probably going to break this trend line. So this is high time frame. How long it's going to take out? I probably could throw time fibs on it, but I'm not going to do that for this show here. It's going to take too long for me to do that. So here you're going to take a measured move from our anticipated neckline. Does it break out from right here and make a cup afterwards? I have no idea. But this pattern right here is telling you $5.56. Now, just like whenever you get into price discovery, it's whatever you think of. So you have this is just your natural fibs on here that from here, it could say $11.55 if it made all the way up from, I did a fib all the way from the last cycle top to all the way to the cycle bottom. So if it hits all the fibs, which is definitely potential, and because it's crypto, not because it's crypto, it's because I started trading stocks as well too, and I got Rocket Labs. I bought that at $2. It went up to like $60. I did a 10x on a stock market this year trade.
Wow,
that's
huge.
I posted it on my account, and I also posted in the last group I was winning too. So I have proof that I called that out. I have one person who just cashed out almost $1 million on it, and So sit there saying, like, one guy said there's no more 10Xs left. You know what? I get 10Xs on stock market picks before this year. And you know what? It happens all the time. Is being in the right coins, getting the right hype, and getting in at the right time to get the 10X.
Let's go. So we can't wait for that 10X Phoenix group. You guys, you got to get ready for that because it's coming. It's coming, and we're going to be prepared for it.
Now, so, large caps, maybe not, but small caps, yeah. So it depends on what you're looking for.
Small to mid.
Higher risk, higher reward. Higher risk, that's just how it works.
Right. And that's a whole nother strategy, right? But they do come, and we're going to be prepared for them. Rob is good at picking them out. And just getting back to this Cardano thing then. So we are between $5 and $6 for the measured move.
For the measured move on potential this cycle, or whenever if this cycle goes into a prolonged one, or if it doesn't go onto it and it comes back down to here, and goes sideways longer, it can still just make a longer consolidation area to make a longer cut for next cycle. So it just depends on how much patience you have.
Right.
If you're going long term on it, you don't plan on selling it, and you're putting your IRA that you can get into. If you better hope it actually goes into a bear market and goes down low, because when you fund your IRA, you're gonna get the best prices on it. So let's go bear market to invest on the IRA. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. There's a strategy for everything, and we just got to go out there and have hustle, right, and make money and be able to invest. Like Rob said, even when he was at his worst and at the bottom, he still came up with $500 to trade with. Saved up, started trading, and traded his way all the way up. You guys, it's possible. And by the way, if this hit $6, for example, from the current price, that would be a 9.2x. So that's almost a 10x on Cardano. Okay, that's pretty wild.
That's not me picking numbers. You guys just saw how I made that the idea of it, and that's just TA. That's nothing with me sitting there picking a number and saying this is going to do it because I think so. That's just if this keeps making handles like that and makes a cup and breaks that neckline, that is what TA says. If that happens, now if it turns into a longer one, it turns into a longer one. I have no idea, but
right.
We all know that Cardano is bullish long term. So.
Exactly. That's right. I actually did the podcast with Charles Hoskinson where we talked about bringing DeFi to Bitcoin and how much traction that would bring to Cardano. So there's a lot of potential for that chain. And, he's a brilliant mind, so I wouldn't fade him. I think things are going to be really, really good this cycle or into the coming years for Cardano. So, yeah, it's one of my foundational pillars long term. And I'm really excited about what we've spoken on the show today, Rob. I think that and Stephen too, it's been a really motivational episode. And I don't know if we want to go over a few more charts or we should just, what do you say, Rob?
Let's go a couple of wins that we just had in group. How about that?
Okay, let's do that. Let's check out a few setups to leave you guys with for the weekend. You can do some weekend trading. These are in the Hive Discord. The link is in the description below. Go sign up to the Hive. You have access to these charts. If you just go to CryptoGents, the CryptoGents spot and leverage, and you can chat, ask Rob questions, just poke around. I don't know, come in and be our spirit animal, motivate each other, all that stuff. So, yeah, you guys can go ahead and do that.
That winning mentality in our group. That's the goal here.
Yes, we want the winner's mentality in the Hive. We're all working toward a common goal like a Hive does, right? And that's for everybody to win. So let's freaking go. Let's see a few of these charts. And what's up, Skater for Life? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Yes, and thank you so much, Joe. You're awesome for telling people to smash that like. Much appreciated. And the Clash family. Oh, that you're the Clash family. Okay, they're back. They're back. Let's see what we've got here in the Discord. Let's check it out.
So the other day, I was actually at the doctor's house, and I didn't get to post it. I posted in the chat group. I was getting I have a 4-herniated disc, and I was sitting there getting my back stretched out on a machine, pretty crazy machine. I was sitting there, painful afterwards. But anyway, I had my alert go off. I had alert down in here, and it's basically I just told everybody this is a bear trap, and then the breakout level of the bear trap's right here, which basically when the candle closed on right here. That was your entry, and anything that's a pullback down to here would be your entry as well too. And whenever now I'm going to zoom in on it, which I was out again today at another back doctor's appointment. I'm actually in extreme pain right now from my back being out.
And he's still on here giving you guys the alpha. So
exactly, like winners win. It doesn't matter. Nothing stops you.
Yes.
Going no matter what. I sit down here every day for you guys all the time. I don't do this. But anyway, so whenever it closed was right in this area, made a little bit of a flag here. You got a little bit higher low, so you can got in if you were buying in the pullback. It did today a 2x move. This is a low cap.
Goodness.
So this is something I've been watching since August. So I just started, and I charted that in August. That's how. So being prepared, I make charts and I set alerts again. Preseason, being prepared, having your alerts set. I had that on there, and I nailed the top ganger today on BYDFi, 164% move.
Boom! Right there.
I like
top gainer.
So I like F&H. These are something I've been talking about for a long time, and not just F&H, just letter tokens. It's just some kind of weird thing to me. They keep pumping, but I'm gonna be watching for pullbacks on them again. But anyway, so that's something there, and I even posted on here. I think before the Hive started, I posted some people keep an eye on this one here. Why? Because the circulating supply. It's a low circulating supply, and it's the total supply. It's already maxed out. It's all out. So it's not gonna. They can't sit there and rug pull on you as hard as some other tokens that have like a total supply ridiculously high with a certain supply that's really low. Those are always kind of scare me.
Right. Yeah,
So
no, that's a very good point. So that was posted, that popped off, you guys. If you're paying attention, there is a lot of money to be made in these markets. So now you have a new setup for Clanker in here, right? A 1 day.
No, it's just we're gonna be looking for a breakout now or another pullback. So it's gonna be the same
Right.
thing. We only hit target TP1 and 2. Hopefully after TP2 it comes back down and retest. We can add some profits back in. It's gonna be the goal. Or you can open up your trade on there. So I'm gonna be recharting it here soon. Post it in a group. And then so AVANT. That is a very bullish one. I haven't got the chart on my computer just yet, but this is something that has a lot of trending hype on it. So I really like trending hype. Trending hype is one of my favorite kind of hypes to find because it isn't whenever it's a trending hype, it isn't some cool going out there and just trying to pump their bags to dump it on you. Trending hype means there's something real behind it, a real movement behind it. There's usually a bunch of people talking about it, and it's a very good thing. So I like trending hype over a cool hype. And it usually platforms will sit there and tell you trending hype, not just a coal, which is very, very good for me. And I really like trading those tokens. So this is one right here to keep an eye on. I think it kind of broke out. I already got 30% on a leverage trade. It's coming back down and retest. If I get stopped out with profits, I'm going to be looking for a bullish change of character. If you don't know what these terms are, that's fine. Join the group and ask questions. If you didn't know what a bear trap was and you missed this move, this 2x move in 1 day on this here because it was a nice bear trap on it, get in group and ask questions. It's up to you to learn. That's how winners win. They ask questions. And they keep asking. And if I forget to answer it, you ask again and annoy me because that's what I did with one of my mentors. As I would sit there and keep asking until he answered me because I answer.
2x in 1 day, man. There is money to be made in this market, even in these tough conditions. And Rob is incredibly skilled at finding those winners. Okay, so like this is a lot of value, and I want you guys to take advantage of this. This is all the Discord right now, open to everybody. Okay, and it's an incredible experience. And then if you were to save up $500 like Rob did, and you were to deposit it right now, you'd get an additional $100. Okay, so don't fade that. That's only till October 31st. Okay, so we got to get on our game here and get it together.
So yeah, definitely do it. I mean, doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't make sense. Why not to? So next, we're going to look at order here. This wasn't my chart. So we have some other pro traders and master traders in here that learn along with me or that I help teach as well too, that are posting charts here. So one of my buddies here, Mike, he posted this chart. So if I'm not posting, usually he's posting. So there's going to be somebody posting in group that's very skilled and very good at finding these setups. So it's not just dependent on me. And that's one thing I like, building up other people and just sit there saying it's not just me. The system works. It's not about me being right. It's not about me being good. It's about the system that we're going to be teaching you, the system you're going to be learning. It works. It's about learning how to feed yourself for a lifetime. We're not giving you fish. We're giving you a skill to learn for a lifetime. So he called out this here. He's going for 34% gains here, which is very great. And when we go back to it, and I think he called that out yesterday, and at today, it did an 82%. It smashed everything and kept going. So it did a fantastic move.
Wow.
Great job, Mike. And I was sitting there posting my ex. Great job. And I love those people. Whenever somebody else calls something out, I love boasting them up. I think it's great when other people win. I love seeing other people win. That's phenomenal.
That's phenomenal. So had you been pulling up to Discord yesterday, the last couple of days, you could have made a lot of money just by getting in when your alerts go off. And if you don't know how to trade and you want to learn, we have a free beginner's course. Also, if you sign up to BYDFi, in the link below, we'll give you our free beginner's course. So there are so many resources. There are no excuses. Get in there and get going, guys.
Yep, and I think Mike just posted some more while we were online. He posted Plum and SEI, so I'm going to be charting on those one. Plum is a very good one to keep an eye on. I know they got approved for some stuff. They got some good fundamentals going on behind it, so definitely keep your eye on Plum. I haven't charted it yet. I'm not going to chart it online right now, but I know Mike posted it, so we're going to be looking for some good moves out. He's calling 21% on this. He's for a leverage move on this one here, so yeah, definitely a good chart to keep your eye on here. And I think this has a long. That's a day trade to a small swing trade, not a position trade. So I think position wise, this has a lot more upside than that. So that's it. So again, there's all kinds of style here, and we're posting all kinds of different setups for every type of trader there is out there in group at some point here.
Right, and that's Plume for those asking. PLUME. Yeah. But this is good stuff, you guys. I mean, I've really enjoyed this episode. We've gotten some alpha and also a lot of good setups that are ready to pop. And just hopefully you guys' mindset is in the right way. Did we just show something about order or orderly? Is that why John is asking? Was that one of the charts you just showed?
Yeah, it's one of the ones that Mike called out, and
Okay, okay.
82%.
Okay, so that was called order, or what is it called?
Orderly, yeah.
Orderly. Okay, yeah, John, that's orderly. Heck yeah. What's the target price for it? $5. So can you pull that back up and let us know what the target price is? I mean, I think it went hit most of the TPs. I mean,
it blasts to throw a TPs that this was a day trade, or this was
okay,
a day trade that we posted on it. We didn't do a position trade on it.
Right.
It's 80%, 82% move, and in about 4 candles. So.
Right.
So
yeah,
I
mean that is just proof that, like, you got to be positioned.
I've never heard of a token in my life. I mean, I'll pull it up real quick and just getting a quick idea if we think it's on Binance.
Orderly, right?
Yeah, the ticker's order.
Oh, okay.
The name of the token's orderly. Let's look at it on Coin, see if there's anything. Ooh. That's ATH. Let's look at a different. I'm trying to see if there's any longer price action.
Right.
Like I said, I've never seen this token before. I've never charted it, never looked at it before. Let's see.
Right.
All right, so let's go ahead and get out of the line graph. Candles. Basically, it needs to hold 27 cents, and once it holds 27 cents, we could. There's not much price action on it, so it seems like Mike found some good hype on it. We hold this level here, come back down and retest it. We can start pulling fibs on it like this. So if we go in the price discovery, the first big target is going to be 68 cents, 69 cents, somewhere in there.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Is there something like, I don't know why this token's popping. I'm not sure there's news on it. But
yeah, John, you say it's one of your biggest bags. I mean, where did you hear about this, and what is it, and why do you hold so much of it? I need to know. It's very strange. I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, share the wealth. What's going on with this one? I'll do the TA on it. I don't know anything about tokens. I just know how TA works. We can sit there. Yeah. We just broke today. That's 12-hour. Hang on.
And John pulls up and said it's his biggest bag. I mean, John, where are you getting your alpha? That's all I'm wondering. That's all I'm wondering.
Yeah, so I mean, retest wise, if it does go into that level, if there is a good fundamentals on this one here, we're looking at 24.11 for a retest area on the 1-day 9 kind of retest area. We have a giant fair value gap all the way down in this area, and that could be a scale in for spot. So you can sit there and do a scale in for spot if this is something good. And I mean, when you look at it, it has a very big, bullish, good-looking structure to it. I do like, for a newer token, I do like the look of this token. So TA-wise, there ain't nothing I can sit there and say, oh, this is tokens. Like, you guys see me. Somebody asked me about looking at oscillators. We didn't even have the bullish MACD cross just yet. We might be having that today or tomorrow. It's just getting ready. RSI, it's above 50. It's showing strength. Stosh RSI is going above 20. Lots of room to one in the 1 day. So, I mean, if it gets back, if we get let me go ahead and get a drawing tool. So if this closes right here, you could look for a fair value gap down in this area, and you could plan for a scale in for a position trade. So very, very bullish looking token, in my opinion. I'm gonna do a little bit of research on it today and see what it is exactly, but.
Looking good. John says he got on other TA. So, I mean, hey, John's a trader. What's up, John? Like, swap from Woo to orderly. Well, good on you. And guys, I don't think much has changed in Clash since we looked at it yesterday. So maybe we'll have a look at Clash next week again. Did something change? I don't think so.
It broke out to the upside.
Okay, well, there I stand corrected. That's the Clash team is at it full force, man. Woo. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay, I take that back. I take it back.
It didn't. It had a little bit of pullback after the thing, and then it broke. So whenever we have to go back into where I was looking at it before. So we look for. I said at the very end, if it doesn't pull back, that's why I kept on saying you might, if you're very good, you can short down the entry, but you might not want to because you might just get wrecked on it. Which if you didn't have option, you would have, and you have to sit there and buy the breakout on it, which it did break out to the upside. So now we're basically there on that upside. So that's a very good thing for people who are holding it. Very bad for dip buyers because they didn't get the dip buy that we wanted. But if you bought the breakout buy, so we had this line here. I delete a lot of my charts after this because I like looking at fresh charts a lot. So I think that was our breakout level right here. So we broke out a bit, came back down, and retested it because I think I left my red line on there. And after that entry, we are up 2.5. So yeah, so once we got that area, that's pretty high up there. Still not on BYDFi yet, so I didn't get any of it. So
okay, we got to get them to move now, man. I got to talk to them and tell them to get this on there. We got to trade this. We got to get the Clash family on BYDFi.
Yes.
So we're gonna try our best, guys.
So my next entry on it, if we get this listed on BYDFi, I want to see a rejection at where we're at right now. We're hitting the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to be setting alerts on the 0.5. And if it gets listed by then, I will be looking for a pivot off of that at alert at that zone. Because you know what happens after a higher high or a breakout? You typically get a pullback. So that pullback there, so say that we do kind of top out right here, which would be perfectly fine. Not sure if we are, but we probably are getting extended a little bit, which typically means you're going to get a better buy than where it's at right now. Let's go ahead and look at the 12-hour chart. Yeah, a lot of things are overextended. Like I said, indicators, and they're overextended. If you're just looking for that, you're probably going to be looking like something like that to get an entry. And whenever you do that, I made a double top there. That's going to be a lower time frame kind of double top. I kind of did that perfect in the first try. I look at charts too much. So I just from there to there, that would be a double top measured move. So if it does pull back down to here, come back up, that'll be and come back down and break this level here. The double top measure move would be at 54 cents, and that's 0.5 fib, and that would be our next possible best pullback entry. Let's look at where the 1-day 9's at. 1-day 9 is still way down here. So this, whenever it broke the 1-day 9, it just skyrocketed. So the breakout,
there's your classic rule, the 1-day 9.
Yep, that's why I said. That's why I started saying, like, you might not want to short this because if it's above the 1-day 9, there's a higher probability you're going to lose, which you would have lost.
Right. Yeah.
So you look at that, after it broke the 1-day 9, it did a 2x move. Now, what you're going to be looking for is that red to come down into here and that 1-day SMA 9 to move up to there and them to meet. Since they're so far apart right now, they're going to meet somewhere in the middle, and that's typically going to be your best entry area. So technically, really, all I have to do is check it once a day and see how close they are. And once they start getting a little bit closer together, I can start zooming in the smaller time frames to nail my entry.
All right, man. Well, Clash fam, if you appreciate that, let us know. That's some solid TA right there. I'm looking to get in on a pullback here. Clash is flying. Clash is flying. I love to see it. And Joe, thanks so much for your support and keeping the stream going. We really appreciate the love. Watchmen, we really love you too. But I think we're gonna have to call it for today because we have gone over the hour, guys. We've gone 20 minutes over the hour. It must be these crypto cocktails and all the hype and all this emotion we're feeling, right? And all the motivational talk, the pregame. What's up, you guys? Cam, thanks for tuning in. Hotbox, yeah, thank you. That moonshine worked. Yeah, that moonshine did a number on Rob, and he just went for it, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, finished a couple of moonshine. I'm ready to go walk in the cornfield.
Yes. So, guys, have an amazing weekend. We're sending you into the weekend with setups. Pay attention. We just had a 2x in a day. Go in there and get your feet wet. Any closing thoughts? We'll start with you, Steven.
No, I'm just excited. I'm super excited. Just ready for this market. I'm just, putting money in, sitting on the sideline, watching Rob's trades and hopping in. If you're not in the hive, you better get in there because you're losing money every day.
That's right. Rob, fire away.
Here's good. Pre-game, get in.
Get in.
Ask questions. I can't answer any questions that are not asked.
Yes, we have a chat just for asking questions.
Like that right. Do something. Like if you're not winning in this market, you know what? It has been a very hard market for the average person to trade in. I know that from listening to other people, but it's only up to you to change that, to change your skill set and get better. That's all you can do. That's
right.
I had to make a lot of changes to be successful. Whenever I did really good in the start of it, it was easy time to trade. Once it got hard, I had to relearn a lot of things that nobody had to teach me. I had to sit there and get in the trenches and go out and learn and read and study and back test and try over and over and over and over again. Like when I started leverage trading, it was with $5. Now I trade a lot more, of course, but
yeah, And now you can skip that learning curve and go straight to
Yeah.
the juice, which is, asking Rob how it's done, right? And he'll teach you, and he'll teach you how to fish, guys. So that's it. Winners win. Keep doing your dollar cost averaging strategy and never give up. Okay, that's what I'm going to leave you with. So Watchman and Ty Guy, welcome to the show. But we just happen to be ending now. And so we will get back to you with some of those charts next week. If you tune in on Monday, we might just have a look at your charts because we appreciate you joining. Joe, thank you for the love and for moderating the chat today. We love all you guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
See you on Monday.